Hey everybody, and welcome back to A Jury of Your Peers. I am Virginia. I'm sorry I've been late for a few days. Got a little mixed up on the days. I've had at least 7 kids with me for the last couple of days, so it's been really hectic here. Today is the opening statements in Chad Daybell's case. Whoop whoop. I'm going to give everybody a huge trigger warning throughout this case. It is really tough stuff to deal with. So if you can't handle it, I completely understand, and come back for the next trial. I mean, there'll be plenty more. I hope to be doing this for a while. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Share this to your friends. Share the love. I could really use it. I really love being here with everybody. This probably where I'm only recording this off my phone camera. I'll probably have to break this into several chunks, but I'm going to try to get them all posted tonight. So, opening statements. And I'm going to try to just read this verbatim. So if you see me reading, I'm just reading what I wrote. And I pretty much wrote down the prosecution's opening statements. Opening statements, the judge talks about the media and how if there's any interruptions, he will stop and allow them to try to fix it. But if there's going to be too big of a delay, there's going to be gaps in the trial. And once today's done, he's deleting it. There's no watching it except for if you go to our fellow YouTubers like 13th Juror. She's live streaming it. Court TV, Law and Crime. They're all live streaming it. So you can go watch them there. And I urge everybody to. And then he asked the defense and the prosecution if they have any requests. The defense does not. The prosecution just asks that the amended indictment be read out by the clerk. And his charges are first-degree murder, insurance fraud, conspiracy to commit murder, grand theft in the connection with the unalivings of Tammy Daybell, 7-year-old Joshua J.J. Vallow, and 16-year-old Tylee Ryan. May they be at peace. Then the judge goes off with roll call for the jury, the prosecution, the defense. He'll do this every morning. He goes over the pre-jury instructions, what to consider evidence, what their job is, what his job is. It's pretty standard. It's their decision. What the prosecutors or the defense say isn't evidence, but and if there's an objection, they're not to think too much into that. They go, he tells them what their normal schedule is going to be, starting and ending times, break times, and then he goes over just, other trial procedures and decorum, stuff like that. He tells them who their co-conspirators are, which are Lori Daybell and her brother Alex Cox, who is deceased. And he's being charged on 9 counts. He does tell them that he is not to worry, they are not to worry about the other co-defendants. If they've been charged, if they're not, if they're going to be, that they are just to put the facts of this case to Chad Daybell. So opening statements, here we go. The prosecution starts with 2 dead children buried in Chad's backyard. In September 2018, the next month, his wife is found dead in their marital bed, 17 days after the unaliving of his wife, of Tammy. Chad is photoed on the beach of Hawaii, dancing and laughing with his new wife, Lori Vallow, a woman who is his mistress and the mother of the 2 dead children in his backyard. 3 dead bodies. He goes on to talk about how Chad felt he had the right to take these lives. Blech. Roll my eyes. They go on to say it says his pursuit for sex, money, and power are why he took these 3 lives. They talk about his books and their publishing companies. They tell us about the contrast of his 2 wives. They break their opening statement, which I thought was really powerful and a jab at Chad, the doughboy, was they broke their opening statements into chapters like a book. Where he's a writer. I thought that was really a smart way to go. So they start out with chapter 1. Tammy, a loving mother of 5, a homemaker, a teacher, a librarian, a loving wife, and a life partner. Chapter 2. Lori Vallow, a homemaker from Arizona, on husband number 4, mother of Tylee and JJ. He goes on to tell us about a day Chad and Lori met at the People's event, and how at that time they were still married to other people. And this is what set in motion what we are about to hear in this trial. He tells us that we will see the text to get into the mindset of Chad, how Chad created a alternative reality to help them get sex, money, power. And their texts show the lust and the plan to have a future together. He says the evidence will show, in Chad's own words, the obstacles they have to get over to be together in this lifetime. Because mind you, they've been together in several different lifetimes. And those quote-unquote obstacles are Tammy, JJ, Tylee, and Charles. Chapter 3, Dark Spirits. And how those who disagree with them or come in their way together are dark spirits, like Lori's kids and husband and Chad's wife. This narrative gave them the quote-unquote right to rid these dark spirits. Evidence will show how Chad had a method of casting evil, which included burning, pain, and the unaliving of these victims in order to get what they wanted. Chad and Lori used her brother Alex as a hitman and promised him the reward of spiritual enlightenment, of spiritual rewards. Lori had given Alex a blessing, and that blessing was that he would be able to join their cult. They told him he earned this blessing by doing things that can never be repaid. We will see in text that Alex could get them in trouble. And how Alex knew this too. They knew Alex could get him in trouble. Alex knew they could get him in trouble. Because the night before he died of blood clots in his lungs, he told his wife Zulema that he had a bad feeling Chad and Lori were going to blame him for everything. And we will hear that from Zulema, that Alex is going to be their fall guy. Chapter 4 starts with Charles and how Alex shot and killed him, and how Lori stood to gain $1 million from his death, money that would support her and Chad's future. She later learned that Charles changed the beneficiary over to his sister Kay, so Lori texted Chad and said she'll only get $4,000 a month, and that's that. Tylee was last seen on September 8th, 2019. After a long investigation, her remains were found in Charles's backyard, charred and dismembered. Lori would go on to receive Tylee's Social Security benefits from her father, who is no longer with us. Hold on, I gotta plug in my phone or else it'll die on us. Bear with me, I'm sorry. Okay, so where was I? Tylee was last seen on September 8, 2019. After a long investigation, her remains were found. I don't want to repeat how they were found. Lori goes on to receive Tylee's Social Security benefits for the death of her father. He goes on to say JJ was next. His bound body found in Chad's backyard too. Cause of death, strangulation. And while JJ was missing, Lori continued to receive JJ's Social Security benefits because JJ got Social Security benefits for being autistic. He was